What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff, and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we are playing Cat Tribal. And a couple of quick announcements before we jump into this one, because I am changing up a couple things around my channel. So first off, you guys have noticed that I'm not doing 10 videos a week anymore on this channel. I'm only doing the 7. I'm not even doing the live stream anymore on this channel. And the reason why is because it actually hurts my channel to do the live stream. It costs me basically $200 a month to do the live stream. It costs me a lot of things to be doing all these other videos, but I want to still do them. I do love doing it. And so what I want to do is I actually want to try throwing it over into another channel eventually. I don't have that channel set up yet. I just wanted to let you guys know why I'm stopping. I will be starting it up eventually, but not yet. But I'm also creating a schedule. It's very well thought out. I've written it on this piece of paper, as you can see. But we're going to be doing a schedule as far as like different things for each day. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I realized I wasn't doing budget decks very consistently. I wasn't doing best of 3 like ever. And I want to just try to, I also wanted to fit in a day for Historic, and we'll also fit in a day for Brawl once it finally comes out and we can finally play Brawl. I don't know why they haven't given us Brawl yet, but probably by the time I do this, it's actually going to be out. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, have some fun. I'll post a list of what all we have if you guys are interested, or as far as like what my schedule will be. You guys will gather it along the way, but I'll post it into a post sometime along the way here. But today is going to be Fun Friday, so we're going to be doing some janky stuff, which Cat Tribal, I'm not sure if you can get more janky than that. It's really fun. Actually, I think it could be pretty good here. So we are kind of focused around a Johnny's Pride Mate and a Johnny's Strength of the Pride, kind of creating other Johnny's Pride Mates, which will get lots of counters whenever we gain life. And the best way to be gaining lots of life in this set right now is with Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven. So I did want to play a full play set of each of those. So Cauldron Familiar, whenever enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Then you can sacrifice a food to return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. So with Witch's Oven, you sacrifice the creature, create a food token. So you sacrifice Cauldron Familiar, bring it back, and each time it comes back, they lose a life, we gain a life, and we're gaining life and growing our Pride Mates. We don't have all of the other synergies, so it's only Pride Mate in here, but we still have lots of life gain synergies in here with Savannah Sage, with Charmed Stray, and also getting Black Blaze to give someone lifelink to be able to swing in and just hopefully gain lots of life. We also have Command the Dread Horde, so if things do go into the graveyard eventually, we can bring it back. We also are gaining enough life that we can steal other people's stuff and still feel pretty safe on our board, so it is pretty good in our deck. And then otherwise, we're just kind of playing a lot of other kind of filler cards. So Dread Malkin, just kind of another finisher. If opponent really is going after our Johnny's Pride Mate or something like that, we can sack it, put 2 counters onto our Dread Malkin. Icon of Ancestry, also pumping it. Eventually this guy could be, it's actually gets up to like a 7/7 pretty quick. If it's ignored and other things are put like priority, which with this deck, we're going to see that happen here and there. So I was trying to fit in more copies of this. I actually had to go down Icon of Ancestry for this and a couple other things. And I'm interested to see how it ends up working, but I do think it'll be okay. So that's pretty much the deck. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this does for us, and wish me luck.
Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to FusionGamingOnline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below.
Up against Naogi. Bring it on, Naogi. Let's do this. All right, so we are playing Cat Tribal, and if you guys haven't noticed, I am now at Platinum. So I finally took a weekend. I was feeling really sick. My son was like, dude, my son has been really sick. It's been really sad. He has double ear infection. He has RSV right now. I've been dealing with all the symptoms as well. As bronchiolitis is what it is, or something like that. And anyway, it's been pretty rough for the last few days. So I finally just kind of took some time to play Magic for myself, and I was able to get to Platinum. And well, I was hoping that this game would get started, so let's wait for that to happen. All right, so here we go. So we have Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar with a Pride Mate coming up. So I think what we're going to do is we have this Temple of Silence, which makes it a little bit awkward. If we find an untapped land off the top, we'll go ahead and keep this. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm debating if I want to play Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar together. I'd actually like to get them down kind of right away, if possibly. So I might just go for this Temple of Silence first. This is the issue of going 2 color right now, especially because so I am running these Temple of Silence in here. I'm not sure if you actually should be running them in a 2 color deck. That's interesting. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and get down Temple of Silence. Castle Ardenvale is good off the top. We actually want to be able to play quite a few things off the top. And so this will be good. Godless Shrine is a plains that will make it come in untapped. I keep forgetting I can right click stuff. I'm sorry guys. I'll try to remember that a little bit better. All right, pay 2. I actually think I'm going to go for the Johnny's Pride Mate this way. That way when these first enter in, we get an extra land here as well, so we can play Witch's Oven with the white mana, double Cauldron's Familiar, make this guy massive, sack 1, bring it back, give him even bigger, and then swing in with a 5/5, I believe it would be, or he is just going to die. Boo. But we're still going to do that same thing, but... Now we're going to go with Castle Lochwain, though. All right, so play the Witch's Oven first. Cauldron Familiar. I actually may go with the other Witch's Oven as well here. Because I'm realizing it's actually better to have multiple Witch's Ovens over Cauldron Familiar, because we can still sack the same one for the same amount of time. So pass the turn, we can block, keep pinging in for damages, and pass the turn. So he swings in with the Wicked Wolf. We do this awesome thing called chump blocking. Yep, chumpity chump. Sackety sack. And we may just leave it in the grid. We're going to use the Witch's Oven because we want to use the tap every time. Alright, go ahead and bring back out the Cauldron Familiar, gain some life, bring him down to 16. Dude, these Cauldron Familiars do an insane amount of damage every time that I play them. They are actually very ridiculously good. Alright, plays Island, and... Alright, they haven't found a Risen Reef yet. That's nice. So this deck is absolutely playing Oko. If they're playing Wicked Wolf, I'm assuming Oko and Gilded Goose as well. I'm just interested to see what they're ramping into. Or maybe they're not at all. Alright, pass them my turn. Let's go ahead and sack. Bring it back. Sometimes I actually prefer to keep some food just out on the table. To have a bit more interaction, but we also get to untap with this. We can't really attack in, though, is the issue. All right, so Cauldron Familiar number dos. Yeah, Cauldron Familiar. We're gonna go for Scour Barons, I think, here. Term Stray. Just creating 3 attackers so we can maybe get in past these Leafkin Druids eventually. These Charm Strays can get out of hand, especially if you get all 4 of them, which sometimes is better with a Command the Dread Horde. Let's go ahead and bring down Scoured Barons, gain some more life, up to 23, and just pass the turn. And they're down to 14. We get to ping them for a bit more this next time as well. What you got? Brazen Borrower comes down as an attacker. Interesting. So they are going to be able to do 3 points of damage, which after chump blocking, gaining 2 life every turn, and we could even swing in with the Charm Stray for lifelink as well. It's going to be negligible. In fact, it'll be 0 after all that. So that's fine. Swings in with the Borrower and the Wolf, which again, we actually want them to swing with the Wolf so that we can swing back for at least 1 point of damage. All right, so sack the Cauldron Familiar. This process does take a lot of time. I'm sorry, guys. So we're going to go through it. I actually do like keeping food out on the table for a bit. So we'll go ahead and take our beats real quick. Down to 20, just in case they do find a way to kill the Cauldron Familiar. I'd rather not have both out on the battlefield for them to kill stuff. All right, so another Wicked Wolfie. And we will just sack whatever he decides to fight. extra food still means that we can bring these guys back multiple times. So it's fine. To an extent. All right, let's go ahead and bring back the Cauldron Familiar. And it also is just protection if they do ever kill one of our guys, we have an extra food to kind of come back. And now we have an extra Witch's Oven as well, which is pretty nice. All right, Witch's Oven. Castle Ardenvale. Let's go ahead and draw now. I guess I should wait, technically. And pass the turn. Cannot attack in favorably now. Dude, these Cauldron Familiars are pretty insane. All right, they can eventually... Actually, they can't steal artifacts, can they? They can turn an artifact into a 3/3. Swinging in with the Paradise Druid. Which, because we already have a food, guess what? We can actually kill that. So block. Okay, down to 14. Kill the Paradise Druid. We already had a food token, and that's one of the benefits there of having it. Let's see if they go to make a Witch's Oven. Nope, they create a food token, which is actually a big issue. They are gaining lots of life from that each turn. All right, let's go ahead and sack here, or bring it back. So they really need to fix this process, Matt Wizards does, because this process is ridiculous, where each thing they have to resolve, we have to resolve, they have to resolve. The process just takes forever, and it is something that's going to be done so often. It really shouldn't take this long. Yeah, bring back the Cauldron Familiar. Attack, yes. Dude, this process is pretty monotonous. I would love to get an Ajani's Pridemate out here. He does just get turned into an elk, but not before we get a bunch of counters onto it, which even if he turns into elk, it actually grows the Ajani's Pridemate by 1. So let's go ahead and... This means we don't get to play this Savannah Sage, but I really don't care about him right now, honestly. Creating another chump blocker could be useful for us, but again, they're going to gain 3 life. We're going to do deal 3 damage each turn. We do need to create a scenario where we actually start winning the game. Charmed Stray, we can play at least. Yeah, why not? He can also just start creating enough 3/3s, so I'm actually hoping he goes that route instead of gaining life. Gaining life, he'll eventually deal more damage. I'm glad that we have the Castle Lochthwain in here for blocks, though. All right, no attacks, pass the turn. Yeah, gains 3 life. Yeah, that's a bummer. All of our work, or not. And this is why this is a fun deck, is that it is a hard strategy to actually win with, especially because this food deck is insanely difficult and resilient. And this is actually one of the issues I'm having right now with the format, is it's getting a little bit boring. It's like not boring already, but like there are some decks that are just so good. It's very difficult to build fun decks that actually compete right now. Just because this deck is insanely value heavy. Let's go ahead and sack. Yeah, they have to resolve, we have to resolve. It takes all of the resolvingness, dude. But yeah, so this does take a little bit. But yeah, I'd love to hear down in the comments below while I'm going through this. If you guys want to go ahead, just jump down there real quick. What are your guys' favorite decks in Standard right now? What are some things you've noticed about Standard overall? Have you been having fun? Are you running into the same issue of just things are a little bit too serious, I guess, right now? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Let's go ahead and sack that. Sack that all on the floor. The main reason I want to College of Familiars out here is so that we can double chump block. Like, that's really the benefit. So they're down to 9. Dude, the food token every turn is very annoying. Scoured Barrens. Bring it down, gain some life. We are gaining lots of life here overall, though. Like, we're not in trouble yet. We do get an extra card draw every turn. And let's go ahead and bring down Savannah Sage. Gain some more life. They're not really going to be killing us anytime soon. I'm getting that out just so Castle Locthwain doesn't do as much damage, and Icon of Ancestry will be nice for next turn. So let's go ahead and pass the turn. In fact, Icon of Ancestry is better than Castle Locthwain because we can then dig for Johnny's Pride Mates over and over again. Yep, resolve. If we find an Ajani Strength of the Pride, that's also very good for us. Yeah, it creates a food token. They can eventually steal something of ours, like the Savannah Sage or something like that, I guess. I'm not sure what they would steal yet. It's power 3 or less, so as long as we can get a Johnny Pride Mate big enough, quick enough, it's good. Yep, take the 3. Gain the 3. We actually gain more, but just finding lands, do this process. I wish there were just... This is the benefit of playing Paper Magic right here, guys. Is the ability to just say, okay, sack it 3 times, bring it back 3 times, you lose 3, I gain 3, life's good, we're good. No, we have to actually go through this process here. All right, wait for them to resolve, because they have to resolve, and then... Sorry, guys. All right, I'm going to try to edit this in a good way so you guys don't have to deal with it. Double Icon of Ancestry is interesting. I think we just go for 1 right now. We can play the other one next turn. So for Cat... And I do want to dig for something here. In fact, I think I dig this turn. There's a Johnny. Which means that we can gain life pretty quickly as well. And even play Icon of Ancestry with it. So let's pass the turn. I'm trying to think if we attack in at all. They can make this indestructible. Yeah, just pass the turn. We can at least block the Paradise Druid if they decide to go a little bit more aggressive with this. We can... Alright, an opponent scoops it up. There we go. We finally made it happen. Yeah, so we are at that point drawing 2 extra cards a turn where they're not. And so we actually did end up having them enough value to we should win that game at that point, which is crazy because that deck is full of so much value. So that was a long way to win, but man, we did it. That's right. All right, up against Civiteran. Bring it on, Civiteran. Pretty sure that's how you say it. This is good. I mean, we have a Johnny's Pride Mate into Savannah or getting Blackblade. I kind of, yeah, we have some stuff. I would love to be on the play here. That is the biggest issue. We know that they're going to have removal for Johnny's Pride Mate basically every time. You still play it first just in case you do get the, you know, the luckiest aggro play. You get it up to like 5 or 6 toughness right away. We'll see if that ends up happening. Actually, against green-white, we have a better chance, but I'm guessing this is going to be like Bant lands or something, which is insane. Incubation Druid. Alright, let's go for the Pride Mate. We do get a possible getting Blackblade, which I do want to get more power on the battlefield so we can just Make Johnny's Pridemate gain lifelink here. Alright, 4 mana, what you got? Help Collector, okay. And Grateful Apparition. Speak Apparition. So if I grow him real quick, so this is definitely a proliferate deck. I'm intrigued to see if they will trade off the Pelt Collector and the Grateful Apparition for the Pridemate. That actually might be a pretty good trade for us, considering what else we have going for us.
I am here to aid in the assault.
So lifelink, swing in. If they trade off, I mean, it brings their hand down to 2 cards left. All they have is an Incubation Druid, which we know we can kill. Even if they try to like adapt it afterwards, we can just kill it then. And then we should be in pretty good shape just with us getting Black Blade. So I'm okay to offer the hard trade there. If they don't take it, we also just grow quite a bit. Let's see how much they can do though now, especially with this Grateful Apparition. It can just hit a Planeswalker as well. Ooh, that's bad. Ooh, and Prison Realm. Boo hiss. We can just kill that though. Bring him back. That means we're not dealing with what's on board though. Pelt Collector with Grateful Apparition. I think this is interesting. And this is actually my biggest beef with Incubation Druid, is that it doesn't grow Pelt Collector. Okay, down to 18. Proliferates nothing. We have another Gideon Blackblade. So Mortifying doesn't make sense. I'd rather hold on to those for removal. If we Savannah Sage... I can't Conclave Tribunal, can I? No. Let's go ahead with Gideon Blackblade again. Just do the same thing. Grow our Pridemate even more. We also just gain lots of life this way.
Prepare for battle.
Down to 15. Up to 21. He's a 4/4. Pretty cool stuff. Now they're gonna have to deal with a 4/4 indestructible. Bella. Another Prison Realm, okay. Yeah, it may actually be better to hit the Pridemate just because I have to grow it again even if I can remove it, the Prison Realm. And getting Blackblade can be dealt with in other ways. The racing of being able to give it lifelink is also annoying for them. And I'm not sure if we bring back the Pridemate right away or not.
Do not frighten me.
Okay, down to 3. Castle Lochthoin. And we're at this awkward place with our mana. I kind of want to save the Mortify until they adapt this already. Thinking Savannah Sage really doesn't do much unless we have the Johnny's Pridemate. I'm just trying to think of how we can actually do this. Let's go ahead and mortify the Prison Realm. Make them be a little bit more reactive here, I guess. We don't get to actually do anything, but... meh. Indestructible. We can at least block the Pelt Collector if they try to go after Gideon again, hopefully. Okay, down to 11, past the turn. Again, we're trying to stay a little bit aggressive as well. Just because if they're trying to go for a race or something... oh my goodness. The funny thing is, they had 3 Prison Realms, but we had 3 removal spells for Prison Realm. So it's interesting. Takes Pridemate again. We may not focus on Pridemate this time. Let's go ahead and just get rid of their board so they don't ever have a chance of really coming back here. I suppose. I really don't know. If we find land, we can play Savannah Sage. And I guess Conclave Tribunal with Gideon. There we go. That's pretty good too. We are going to create the Pride Mate here.
I protect those who cannot protect themselves. I am proud of those who walk beside me. Your light will cleave the darkness.
Swinging in with another with another 4/4 with our 4/4. Are they going to chump block this time? Interesting. We're actually okay with that. That's pretty good for us. Oh, God's willing. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I mean, that's a pretty good hand, I guess. Venerated Loxodon comes down. Okay. Alright, how do we do this? We create another 2/2.
My pride grows stronger.
Okay, Savannah Sage. Throw these guys. Savannah Sage. I'm debating if I need to keep one of these guys up as a blocker anyway. Or if I need to be racing. We can Conclave Tribunal and hit like the Prison Realm. I wish I could give Gideon the vigilance here. Let's go ahead and swing in first with Gideon. I have a lot more mana now with this Incubation Druid as well. I could Conclave Tribunal and get Prison Realm. Maybe just having the Defenders would have been better. I really don't know. As if it dies, right? Yeah, so it's... they should still be able to kill both of our Planeswalkers, but if they do, they die to the backswing. We also just have Icon of Ancestry here as well. Alright, gets to play, hopefully, I mean, maybe they have a land here. They haven't hit a land for a long time. Evolution Sage, though, would grow them, make them bugger. And I think we would probably just Mortify, because then we'll be able to have, as long as 2 attackers get in... Actually, that's with Icon of Ancestry, huh? Actually, yeah, as long as 2 attackers... Trying to think of how we can do this. We may have lethal next turn. I'm not really sure how they come back is the big thing. They're taking their time though. We are in platinum, so this is, you know, a bigger deal now. Alright, Grateful Apparition hits in. Okay, Castle Locthwain. And let's see here. Let's go ahead and... So 3 blockers, 5 attackers. Icon of Ancestry, I believe, gives us lethal. Over Mortify. I guess Mortify also would have.
Friendship feeds the soul.
Yep, gain some life. Yeah. Opponent scoops it up. And ranking up almost. Alright, up against Vex. Bring it on, Vex. Let's do it. I like the Witch's Oven, but I don't like it without anything else. Icon of Ancestry is pretty nice. Like, this is a keepable hand on the play, though. Like, it's on the strength of a Johnny Pridemate and being able to scry at least before we do much else. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Test this deck out, see how it does. This is a fun Friday, right? So we're going to have some fun trying this out. All right, double Temple of Silence. I do like being able to scry, and Cauldron Familiar is great off the top with the Witch's Oven. That will actually make us play the Godless Shrine. Okay, Left Struck Beast comes down. All right, pass the turn. And I'm assuming they're going to play the Left Struck Beast here. Okay, plays Left Struck Beast. We get the chump block something and sack. So Charm Stray will actually come down and actually just kill one of these guys. I'm definitely willing to trade that off for a Death Toucher. Enclave Tribunal. Yeah, Icon of Ancestry is not really useful for us just yet. So let's go ahead and get down land so that we can play... Ooh, that's interesting. I'm not sure we can actually kill much of their stuff, though, for this to be good. So let's go ahead and put it to the bottom. It's not what we're looking for right now. Play Charm Stray. And pass the turn. Alright, kill the Foulmire Knight. Gain some life back. Bring back the Cauldron Familiar. I'm actually going to do it on the end step so they don't have a way to kill it somehow. Another Left Struck Beast. That's bad. Alright, well now, I guess they could still play land, but... Alright, having to chump block 2 things is bad. But having removal for 2 things is pretty good. The question is, do we take our beats here for a bit? I guess a Johnny's Strength of Pride would die, huh? We could just kill the 1/1. I think it's better to go ahead and get rid of these guys because we do have Conclave Tribunal in here. Or not Conclave, Command the Dread Horde. I'm just debating if I want to do it instant speed. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. It's always better to do it instant speed, right? Unless they happen to be playing, there are some things they could be playing here that would be bad. Alright, kill Left Struck Beast. Witch's Oven. Go to their end step. Bring back the Familiar. The nice thing too is, yeah, okay, as Johnny's Strength of the Pride.
I am a Johnny Goldberg.
Pretty cat.
I am proud of those who walk beside me.
And pass the turn. Dude, I love this combo. It is so fun. And we get to grow the Johnny's Pridemate along the way now. And not only that, but we get to create food, so even if something does go wrong, like a way of just creating food to gain life could be enough to finish a game for us. I want to keep this Conclave Tribunal for something else. Right, Order of Midnight. Order of Midnight actually is really annoying. The flying, they probably should have brought in the flying. Just to heal our Johnny. Because eventually this guy will get big enough to deal with them. Alright, so Conclave Tribunal or... Oh, they actually created another 1/1. Interesting. I think it's still better for us to go ahead and create more guys here. The question is, do we Conclave Tribunal or do we go ahead and do that with the... But also Icon of Ancestry. I don't think we do that yet. Or do we hit the Order of Midnight? I may actually just swing in here. Okay, swing in with Johnny. Alright, jump blocks. It's fine. Getting the life total lower for this Cauldron Familiar to be able to finish off the game is also great for us. Being able to actually just gain tons of life to be able to sack their whole board is good for us. We are going to have to deal with this Order of Midnight. But if they play it, they also have to deal with our board just getting massive right now and not having a 5/5 defender. So yeah, what do you play here? Questing Beast is good. We can't actually block with the Cauldron Familiar. But we can trade off with this Pridemate. Which we will. Alright, sack the Cauldron Familiar. Definitely worth trading off here. Sack the food, bring it back, grow the Pridemate, kill the Questing Beast. Grow our other Pridemate. Dread Malkin. Interesting. Alright, gain some life. Icon of Ancestry on cats. Dread Malkin. Swing in with the crew. Get in as much damage as we can now. Down to dose. Pass the turn. 2 more turns with Cauldron Familiar. I'm not sure how they finish this now. Especially with a menace creature as well. Yes! Dude, this deck is actually pretty sweet. I was thinking it was more janky, but apparently it's not bad. Up against Bara. Bring it on, Bara. Let's do this. Bring it on. I don't love this hand. We're going to go ahead and mulligan. That is an issue with this deck, is that we have some synergies with Witch's Oven and Cauldron Familiar, but Witch's Oven doesn't really help with everything else. And that was just a pretty bad hand in general. This is keepable. A menace creature with lifelink and stuff, that can end up being pretty good. Keep this. I guess we just drop a Mortify. Have some stuff to do. Yeah, that's fine. I hate getting rid of extra removal in the early game, though. Oftentimes, it's not the goodest of things to do. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring down the Malkin. I guess we could have waited for the next turn. I'm not actually going to trade off here. Double Love Struck Beast. That's all sorts of not good. We can eventually just create lots of chump blockers. I'd love to find Cauldron Familiar stuff. I mean, we have Mortify to kill one of them. And Giant Killer. It's annoying. It may be better just to go ahead and kill the humans. I'm debating here. Getting rid of the 1/1s makes it difficult for them. We have like nothing else though. Let's do it. They trade off. 1 mana for 1 mana. Alright, well that's interesting. In hindsight, it would have been nice to have something to sack. Swings in with both. Yep, no blocks this time. No blocks this time. Everybody clap your hands and clap. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Shepherd of the Flock. This is interesting. All right, this is a... Okay, I see what's going on. All right, I do actually want to have the Pride Mate out here for a blocker, and also so it can start growing. I'm not going to chump block anything here. We'll just take our beats with this Shepherd of the Flock. We do have enough ways to gain life in this deck that I'm not worried at this point. Once we drop below 10, we're really worried. Which we're going to come close to dropping below that now. They are stuck on 2 lands as well. Yep, no blocks. Down to 14. Johnny's Strength of the Pride, even butter here.
When evil arises, I will be there to confront it.
Do I tick up so they can't really get to him? I think we go ahead and gain life here instead of creating another token. Pass the turn. I mean, they can tap down our Pride Mate, swing in. We are going to trade off with the Shepherd of the Flock. Didn't tap down with the Giant Killer. Interesting. They could have more Giant Killers too, which is actually really bad for us. Yeah, kill one of them. That's fine.
You test my patience.
Okay, plays the Love Struck Beast. Ooh, another one. That's nice to know. Mortify. Let's go ahead and create another Johnny's Pride Mate.
A pure soul can inspire others.
Swing in. Down to 14, pass the turn. We do need to start actually doing damage to them. And we hope that they don't hit a Lucky Clover sometime soon. So we're okay with losing our Johnny here. Sorry, this everything is called the Johnny. Johnny's Pride Mate. The Planeswalker. We will absolutely kill this guy. Watch them have a pump spell of some sort. They don't? Alright, so that Love Struck Beast is now gonzo. Except as a blocker, but that's fine. Witch's Oven. And so now Gideon doesn't make as much sense as an attacker, or to gain life that way.
We must fight for a better tomorrow.
We're gonna have a 3/1. Let's go ahead and gain life.
Friendship soothes the soul.
Just so we have a blocker. They can tap down this Pride Mate. If they swing in, we at least kept it at 3. And no attacks. Pass the turn. This also is gaining us life to get up towards, yeah, there's Giant Killer. I was worried about that. Brings down a 1/1 to be able to swing in with the Love Struck Beast. That's annoying. right, no blocks. Lose a Johnny.
Souls will remain bonded, friend.
That's good. That actually creates a good chump blocker. Let's save the Witch's Oven for later. Hopefully that'll work for us. I just want to actually start racing here a bit.
Day for justice. Share in my
Maybe I should have given it Vigilance. Okay, down to 9, up to 25. Make him a 5/5. See if they have another Giant Killer. This is where Giant Killer is really good and really annoying. I'm not sure if we really chump block with this Cauldron Familiar either. He swings everything at Gideon Blackblade. Which means no way that we block actually stops it. So no blocks, no reason to kill him now. We can swing in. If we can find another Cauldron Familiar, we actually get pretty close to lethal. I guess they do have a blocker here, but... Oh gosh, yeah, this is why Shepherd of the Flock is good. Nice. Sorry, this might just be game. Here, I'm gonna see what's off the top, but I'm pretty sure this is game. I want to draw a card, but Witch's Oven is good for us. Pass the turn. There is still a way that we win this. The issue is that Giant Killers can come in and just tap down our blocker, so it slows our actual ability to stay in the game longer. Yep, Shepherd of the Flock. Yeah, they're creating a pretty wide board there. All right, bring it back. Stop the 5 damage. Bring him down to 8. If we can find... Yeah, that's it. That's not bad. It's a good blocker at least. For some of their stuff. Last turn. It may have been better just to like create a token with Castle Ardenvale. How do we actually win this? So Giant Killer can tap down a creature each turn. Plays Fairy Guide Mother. Why don't they just give it flying and swing over? They're not attacking? What? Okay. Maybe they have some sort of removal spell for the Cauldron Familiar now. They definitely should have attacked there, though. I mean, their way that they win is by going all out here. More chump blockers is good. Grow the Pride Mate. Again, we're just going to be trying to go for as many turns as we can with this Cauldron Familiar. Hopefully to draw another one off the top or another Witch's Oven, actually, is what we're looking for. Pass the turn. Chop down is instant speed, so they might just kill. Oh, March of the Multitudes. Yeah, and that's game. All right, good game. The reason why is because those all are lifelink. We can't deal with them gaining 7 life there and still try to win this way. Their board is way too wide. We don't have an actual board wipe. except for Johnny's Strength of Pride, which I don't think we keep alive long enough. Maybe there was a slight chance we still had a way in there, but it was very, very slight. So yeah, I don't know. All right, so there you guys have it with Cat Tribal, and I'm actually pretty impressed with cats. So we went 3-1. I only played 4 games with this one because there were some pretty long ones in there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.